Hello, everyone. I see we have attendees joining in. Let's just wait for a couple of more minutes so that more people can join in and we can start the webinar soon. Sure, can we send one more round of reminders, please? So that we have everybody joining in. Hi, everyone. For those of you who are in, today we will be talking about the various pathways that we have to go regarding the MBA, MSDA, and MSCI programs with Turo University. We have leads from the Graduate School of Business and Graduate School of Technology with us, along with the Director of International Enrollments. We'll just wait for 5 more minutes before we can start the webinar.
Sure, just give me a minute. I'll just get the thing working. Hi, everybody. Wishing all of you a very good evening. We've got a couple of attendees. We'll wait for another minute or two, but in the best interest of everybody's time, I think we should start in a maximum of another 3 minutes. If you've got people who were supposed to join with you, please make sure that um, you ring them up or nudge them because we need them to be here. In the interim, I'd like to reassure the Toro faculty that this webinar is being live streamed. And so a lot of our audience is not on Zoom, but is attending live stream through to different channels, including our website. But that said, I think it's extremely exciting that we're launching a collaboration with Toro University um, on um, values that um, align on both fronts on symbiotic growth that we want to achieve for students that believe in this partnership on and in domains that are futuristic and are very promising to both the Indian and American economies. So on those lines, I think what Upgrad and Toro have been able to achieve is an incredible feat. Uh, and I think the challenge that lies ahead of us is finding students like yourselves who understand the depth of the three courses that we've brought aboard on this partnership, plus the landscape of American higher education, the landscape of the New York economy, and how one city, in a world of 7 billion individuals holds that much prowess and economic robustness. So, with that said, I think um, we're very, very, very excited to be here. I'm sure my colleague Shreya has introduced the Toro faculty already. Uh, Jim and Robert, I'd love to ask you a few introductory questions and then we move ahead. Jim, we'd love to know, at least to begin with, um, the promising landscape that America holds for Indian or international students at large, and what has New York City's larger role been in all of these years in shaping those interests and pursuits of such international students? Um, and then eventually we'll move to STEM ed in the US, and eventually then move to Toro University's background and introduction.
Thank you, Praneet. So I'm James Shafer, Director of International Student Recruitment and Enrollment at Toro University, right in the middle of Times Square in New York City. When we say right in the middle, we are right across the street from the building where the ball drops every New Year's Eve, right there, 42nd Street, 7th Avenue. United States is right now a very hot place for international students to come and study. These are STEM programs we're talking about today. So you get the 3 years of employment eligibility upon graduation from these programs. And New York State, New York City especially, is the best place to be in the entire country. Just a few years ago, New York City passed Silicon Valley as the place with the highest salaries in the United States in digital tech. And that's according to Robert Half's salary survey, which is the #1 salary survey in digital tech. So when you're graduating into your optional practical training of 3 years, you're graduating in the place with the best jobs for you. We have students who've gotten jobs at Cisco, at IBM, in the fintech business. So it's a fantastic place to be. And then, of course, it has to be said that New York City is the place where you can feel free as a student. There's no need for a car like in everywhere else in the United States. We have public transportation that goes everywhere. And our location is right in the center. So it means you can live anywhere in the greater New York City area when you're here. And everything comes by express right to Times Square. So it opens everything up. So it just is the best place and the best return on investment to be in New York City when you're studying in the USA.
Incredible, Jim. And would you also be able to highlight some of the Fortune 500 firms that headquartered in New York City? And at a stone's throw, what do you have near you? What are some of the firms that students normally get internships and employability at? You're on mute, is it, Jim? Jim, I'm not sure, but we can't hear you. Shreya, do you hear Jim? All right. Could Jim? No, no. I can defer that question to Robert until you get the fix. So, Robert, I can repeat it for you. Um, I want to know
Uh,
what are some.
some of the large banks in New York City have taken our students. There's the Chase Bank. Uh, there are students that are working for TD Bank.
Yes.
There are students that are working for some of the financial companies that are on the stock market area, as an example, depending on
Yes.
what the particular field is. The key thing is that our programs are very job oriented. They're not theoretical programs. And we know that if students are coming, whether they're domestic or international students, at the end of the day, they're spending money on an education because they want to get themselves a good job. So the programs that we provide are programs that concentrate specifically with courses, practical courses, and at the end of the programs, we have internships. We have a person that works with the instructor together to find internships for the students, helping the students get these internships, preparing them for the interviews for the internships. Students are then able to put this internship that they've had where they get credit, they're able to put that on their resume, and that clearly enhances them, their ability to be able to get jobs going forward. Uh, Jim, are you able to add anything, or are you able to speak at this
Yeah,
point?
and we can add about the MBA program. We have graduates who have jobs at Amazon Pay, a graduate from Egypt who got a fantastic job at NBC Universal. Erica is here representing Graduate School of Business. Erica, can you tell them about the business plan competition that's going on starting today?
Yeah, so today we have the New York City Regional Business Plan Competition, which is our second annual one, which then progresses to the next step would be the New York State competition. So all students are encouraged to come to the program, which is free once you're a student, and participate, and they can win up to $100,000 in startup money, basically. So we have that every year for all students.
Awesome. I'd also like to highlight for our students here that look, with an incredible partnership with both the Graduate School of Business and Technology at Touro University, which is in New York City, we've been able to bring the price point of the data science and AI degrees under 20 lakh rupees for an Indian student. So that typically means we allow students now to start in India, to start online. Touro University will teach you for the first 3 classes and the 5 prerequisite courses, and then you move to Touro University's campus for data analytics masters and a master's in AI. And altogether, it costs you under 20 lakh rupees for the tuition piece of it. So not only is Touro University highly ranked among the most coveted schools, which, like Jim was mentioning, which Robert was mentioning, that they're very job oriented, they're very experientially led, and aspire and aim to ensure that every student uh, gets the right kind of employability out of the course that they're studying, especially in international students. And we've also got the MBA. So I let Erica talk a little bit about the MBA from Touro University, and then Jim and Robert can add a lot more value on the data science and AI degree. But at this point, everybody who's on the webinar with us, whether you're streaming us live, whether you're on Zoom, we'd love to know some of your questions. So I have my colleague Shreya who can kind of engage with you guys on the chat. So just make sure any question you've got, please put that forward for us. And all yours, Miss Wilson, to describe the MBA that we've got at Touro University.
All right, so our MBA program has 7 specializations: entrepreneurship, forensic accounting, general management, healthcare management, human resource management, international business finance, and marketing. Our tuition is the same for out of state as it is for in-state. So basically, you get the luxury of having a low tuition, regardless of where you live. The actual program is 42 credits. There's a lot of opportunities to network with professionals in the industry. We're also located right across the street from NASDAQ. So if you walk around in the neighborhood, you are bound to meet people, which is great. And we have a lot of different events for our students. Our program is a hybrid class structure. So some classes are in person, some classes have both an in-person and online component. All of our classes are in the evening, so you can do something at the same time. We do also have graduate assistantships and some programs where you can get a little bit of work while you're here studying. We have a career resource center. There's 2 internship classes, so you can actually have hands-on experience. And the career center director works with you to find them an internship. Each one of the specializations has faculty that have worked in the field and are like thought leaders and experts in the area. And basically, students love it. All students that have come here love it.
Of course. I'd like to take it from there. I think one, of course, for international students to know, Tor's entire MBA is fully STEM accredited. All of its 7 specialized tracks that Erica was mentioning are STEM designated by themselves. There's HR, there's finance, there's forensic accounting, there's HR management, there's marketing. So all said and done, I think Toro's most popular or sought after track, of course, is healthcare management. It is essentially one of the best New York-based schools for healthcare. In fact, Jim was mentioning a couple of days ago when I met him that 37 or 40% of of New York's doctors graduate from Toro. Jim, I'm not sure if that statistical figure is right.
Well, so we're a giant in allied health professions because we have New York Medical College with us. We have a school of osteopathic medicine. We have a dental school, a school of podiatry. So the stat that I quoted to you is that 25% of all podiatrists in the United States graduated from the School of Podiatry here at Toro. But we are a leader in graduating nurses and doctors and healthcare professionals in the country because we have the School of Osteopathic Medicine, Dental Medicine, and New York Medical College with the Podiatry School.
Awesome. And I did somewhere read on the website that about 30 to 35% of New York doctors at least come from Toro. I may be wrong with this, but I remember seeing that number. The point I was trying to make for the audience is for healthcare in general, Toro is in fact one of the most popular and sought after schools across America. And I think the MBA in healthcare is an incredible product for healthcare professionals in India, especially those who've done an MBBS abroad and want to go to the US to establish a full-time career in allied healthcare or healthcare administration. That's it. I'd open the floor to as many questions as all of you have. And meanwhile, I'll engage Robert to explain a little bit more about the data analytics and the AI program at Toro.
Okay, so I thank you, Praneet. First of all, I've been serving as the Executive Director of Administration for the Graduate School of Technology. And one of the things I did want to mention before, which I did not, is that most of the people who are teaching in our program are actually working in the business world. So as a result, students are getting the presentation from what works in the business, what the challenges are in the business world, and it prepares them tremendously to be able to enter the business world when they've completed the program. Data analytics program itself, excuse me, has 2 concentrations. One is a technology concentration, and the other actually is in cooperation with the Graduate School of Business, where some of the courses are taken directly from the Graduate School of Business. That is a business concentration. The technology concentration gives people not only a tremendous background as far as data analytics is concerned, but it gives them detailed knowledge and capabilities in the key areas of data analytics so that when you're finished with the program, you totally understand the various data visualization products that are out there. You've taken several courses in databases so that you're able to know how to move data and present data and to analyze the data as well. And finally, students learn programming so that they can use, for instance, Python or R to be able to um, extract and position and present data in a way that people who are working in the business world will be able to then take advantage of the knowledge that's being brought by the students who become employees. The programs themselves also enable people to become technologists in the data world because of the great background with the different courses that we have as far as database is concerned. The business side is very oriented to the mathematical and analytic aspect of using data and the various products that are out there. They get also an understanding of the data visualization products, but they have even more of an understanding of all of the statistical methods and the various ways the data can be analyzed using these different products and understanding that. And students have been extremely successful in getting jobs in both of these areas. The data analytics program is a new program, relatively new. This is the third year that we are running that program. And the program started um, with 4 students and now has over 40 students in the program already. And we are hoping that through our relationship with Upgrad, that we can even grow the program to higher uh, higher numbers. The um artificial intelligence program is a program that has been started by an individual who has dedicated a lot of his time, energy, and work to artificial intelligence. It has just taken off this particular spring, and it gives the people a um, it gives us a specific niche within artificial intelligence because there are different programs that are out there that concentrate on the back programming that is done to create artificial intelligence. There are other programs that are out there that are more on the usage of the artificial intelligence programs after they've been developed. And what we are doing in this particular program is combining the two so that people can and will learn how to develop these artificial intelligence modules and will also learn how to apply these artificial intelligence modules. There is a tremendous need for people in both of these two fields, and that's why we're extremely thankful to Upgrad for selecting these two particular master's degrees that we have to be able to share them with people who are in India who are interested in coming to the United States.
Yeah, and I can add one really quick last point is that Turo is so deeply committed to artificial intelligence that we've just added a vice president of artificial intelligence, and we've opened a new mixed reality lab as well in our state-of-the-art campus in Times Square. So it's a brand new campus from just 4 years ago that we moved into, and it is state-of-the-art, and we're committed to artificial intelligence right up to the top. Thank you.
And that vice president that Jim just referred to, he is the one who is creating this program, has created it, and he is the one who also is currently the program chair. And we are incorporating, not that it impacts this particular program, but we are incorporating artificial intelligence in all of our, including data analytics, where we already have a course in all of our different programs that we have, not only in the Graduate School of Technology, but across most of the schools of Touro University will be having courses in artificial intelligence because we recognize that this is a need for people that are moving in many, many different fields, including the healthcare and the medical field will have a course in artificial intelligence as well. So it's a tremendous field, it's a tremendous opportunity, and we think that we've created a special niche within that artificial intelligence world that will make the people that are taking this particular master's degree extremely um, valuable to companies and to organizations going forward.
Yeah, we also added an AI component to each one of our courses for the business program, for the MBA.
Are there any questions for us that are coming in?
Jim, we don't have any questions yet, Robert, but I'd love for you to answer a little bit more about the exact nuances of the MSAI, meaning that you cover large language models, you cover Gen AI fundamentals, the fact that a lot of applied AI is taught. And I think a lot of these students are aspirants for the MSAI and would love to know that while AI has no specialized tracks within the Toro MS, there are still all variations of what applied AI skills are, and how are they taught? Please.
I think you've sort of indicated exactly what we're trying to do. We are positioning our people, so our students, so that when they go out into the business world, and again, as I said, everything is geared towards the business world, and we've had many discussions with people as to what they're looking for in people that are in the AI world. There are many companies that are looking to take advantage of AI within their uh, company activities. And as a result, they're looking for people who know how to use the AI products, how to maximize the usage of the AI products, but also, if necessary, within those companies to have a deeper understanding of these AI products and how they're developed, and therefore how they can possibly be modified without changing the initial code, but to go deeper into the usage of these different products. And as a result, our courses that we are developing are handling both aspects of that. There are people that will be able to come out of this program. We actually have someone who is now on staff who is developing a whole AI program for one of the other Turo schools. And it's that type of education that he had within the development world, which will be available to people in the AI side as well, so that you can develop AI products should a company want not a major product that would take a lot of people developing it, but a smaller scale type of product, but at the same time, get a full understanding of how you can use these products, which are the right products to use for what type of application. That's extremely important. There are many people that are using AI, they're not realizing that there may be a better product out there for them.
Yeah.
And as a result, they will get a deep dive into the various products, how they should be used, and will then be able to go on an interview and show their skills that they've learned, go on an internship. And again, we will be putting a lot of emphasis on internships so that these students get experience, but not only that, are able to have something on a resume that they can then showcase when they go out.
Yes.
It's all geared to coming over to the United States and getting yourself a job. And that's what we pride ourselves in, that our alumni have been very successful in getting wonderful jobs.
I'd love to know from Ms. Wilson and Jim the infrastructure that these MBA students have access to, where any industrial certification, whether it's CHRM or if it's CPA or it's CFA, um, why is it that Toro's MBA is actually one of the most perfect programs for students that want to who are very focused on a specific industry like HR or marketing or finance or accounting, and then want to industrially blend with the right network, with the right certifications? What do we do as, in addition to their regular coursework?
So in like specifically HR, in HR, they will take an SHRM certification course in their program as one of their courses. So then they would be set up to take that certification and also meet people who have that certification. Similarly, an option for somebody in healthcare would be Six Sigma, so they can get their belt like certification in Six Sigma. We also offer notary courses, and there's also a human resource information systems one. So that's basically an AI component in HR to help them learn how it's being used in HR. Also, we currently are using some artificial intelligence, like industry integrated training. We have partnered with a company, and we are just working with them to train students how to give presentations and how to um, do well on interviews with the actual AI. Um, we also go out. We have every program has at least, I'd say, 5 guest speakers per course. So they come in and meet the actual like experts in the field and network with them. And then also our co-curricular programs give them opportunity to develop in the industry.
And I can
Got it.
add, so
Yes, sir.
SHRM, that's Society of Human Resource Management, and those certificates are crucial if you're graduating and getting into human resources, because as you get those certificates, those are bumps in your salary. So they're taking courses along the way so that as they're graduating, they can take the SHRM certificate and they can get that certificate as part of their credentials. Same thing with the Six Sigma. They're taking the courses so that they can take that and get certified in the Six Sigma as they're graduating. Those are all bumps in your salary when you get jobs.
Awesome. And another question that I have for you, Jim and Ms. Wilson and Robert, could you explain a little bit about when exactly does the internship come into play? How do students experience that? And how long is that for? And how much support can Turo extend? Although I just want students to know that America does not always function on this system that universities support 100% in jobs. They facilitate, they get employers on campus, they do fairs, there is alumni networking that happens, but I'm sure Toro, because it's so robust with with its capabilities to find experiential learning opportunities. I'd love for Jim and Robert and Miss Wilson to contribute more to this point of how much do students get supported and how long is this internship and where does it exactly fit in the whole structure?
I'll start with the Graduate School of Technology. Erica can then fill in with GSB, and Jim can fill in all of the missing points that we both failed to discuss. At GST, in these two programs, at the end of the program, towards the end of the program, it can either be in your next to the last or your last semester. You have a requirement to show proficiency in either the AI field or in the data analytics field. And the way you show proficiency is either through having an internship, and that internship has to be approved by the faculty advisor who is the instructor of the course. Or you have the option of doing um, a, a deep dive into some aspect of either the DA or the AI area and presenting that. I can tell you in the data analytics side, of those that have already graduated from that program, everyone has opted for the internship side because they want to get experience in the field. And in addition to which, They want to be able to put that experience uh, on their resume. And it has been very successful. And the way we do it is follows. We have one instructor, and that is his responsibility. He is there to work with the student throughout the internship, to help them find the internship. We have a dedicated career services and corporate outreach person, a director in that area. She is fantastic. She helps along with finding the internships for the students. And usually, the we have yet to have a semester where we could not find an internship for any of our students because we work very hard at it. Students meet with the instructor and with Leanne, who is the director of uh, this corporate outreach career services, and they are prepared ahead of time. Their resume is prepared so that they can go out and be interviewed. They are given mock interviews so they have a chance to practice that interview. Uh, Once they've secured the internship, they have a discussion with the instructor so that he fully is able to explain to them and to the company's representative exactly what is the student is going to be expected so that there are no surprises going forward. There are uh, regular reviews of what's happened, both with the company by the instructor as well as by the instructor with the student. And these things have been extremely successful. I can give you an example whereby we had one semester where the state of Delaware, one of the states in the United States, was offering 6 internships in data analytics from students across the entire United States. And we had a few of our students who applied. And of the, I believe, 5 who applied, we would have been extremely happy if one of them was selected because remember, this is across the United States. 2 of them were selected, and they did so well that the representative from the state of Delaware said to us that we run these internships once a year. The next time we run it, we will definitely be coming back to you because the students that you provided did such a wonderful job for us. And that's the kind of response that we've gotten. And the reason for it is because of the dedicated efforts of both our career services person as well as the instructor of the course. And that's how we intend to maintain and go forward with our internships. Praneet, I hope I gave you what you were looking
Absolutely,
for.
yes. Absolutely, yes. I think I just want to make sure that everybody on this call understands that this is an incredible opportunity to study in the US. I think upgrad students look for affordability, upgrad students look for access, upgrad students look for flexibility. So for all of you who are working professionals, it's this chance that you spend 4.5 months or one semester equivalent taught by Touro University online in India, and then you finally move on campus. And this brings down the cost by almost 50%. You largely cover everything under 20 lakhs, especially when it comes to DA and AI. So in case you're a techie and your ambition is to work for one of the best banks or technology firms or finance firms. There are Goldman. I mean, there's Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, J.P. Morgan Chase.
And we have
There's
and we have people working in all of those that you just mentioned, as a matter of fact.
yes, yeah.
Yes.
Then there's IBM, Microsoft, all sorts of firms, especially the giants. They're all in New York, whether they're headquartered there or not. I think, if I'm not wrong, 43 or 47 of the Fortune 500 companies actually housed in New York City. So there's a lot of potential. I think Toro is just the right fit for that city, essentially because they are very internship friendly. They are very experiential learning pro. And I think, in my experience as an F1 student and my experience as a US student, anyone who gets the chance to do a CPT or an internship is more likely to get employed because you have the opportunity to demonstrate and exhibit your skill set. And I think that also gives you the chance of learning everything theoretically and transferring or translating that into action or value. So, with that said, I think I'd love for people to start interacting. Um, Upgrades now
Praneet,
admitting soon.
Praneet, I would like to add one other thing, and that
Please.
is that the degrees that we have, both from the Graduate School of Technology and the Graduate School of Business, when people get these degrees, if they are interested in living in a different area in the United States, then we have seen a tremendous amount of success. We've had people that have moved to Arizona and taken jobs there. We've had people that have moved to California. We've had people that have moved to Florida taking jobs there, or the Carolinas, or Illinois, so that there are opportunities across the United States. The main thing is to come to a reputable school that gives you a tremendous education with a push towards the business world. And when you have that, all of a sudden doors start to open for you.
Awesome. Jim, would you be able to also interact on the specific discounts and scholarships that Toro is extending for GST to these upgrad students, and the fact that it causes an offset of almost $7,000 to $8,000 lesser that these students pay. So these students pay about 15,750 as their tuition, whereas regular students at Toro pay now about 26 or 27K for the MSDA or MSAI. So would love for you to speak a little bit about the exclusive discounting on the Toro courses available to upgrad students, the ones which are hybrid in nature.
And while I'm pulling that up, if Erica can just talk a little bit about Professor James Vaccarino and how the Graduate School of Business is doing the career services, because they have a fantastic career services and they have a dedicated professor named James Vaccarino. If Erica, if you can mention that for 30 seconds.
Sure. So similar to GST, it's usually the last 2 semesters. However, if you have a special request to do an internship before, as long as you get like teacher recommendation, you do consider it. We mainly focus on you, the student. We want to know you and know what your goals are, because we want you to accomplish them. So we will get to know you, and then find one of the companies that you really kind of dream of working at, to see if you can get an internship there. There are a lot of places that get who backing now, James backing now. He's our director of career services. There's a lot of places that he works with, and they regularly work together for internships for students. There's different hospitals, banks, a lot of different places, both in person and remotely, for students to, just basically have options. The main thing is just helping you accomplish what you want as a student.
Awesome.
Okay.
I also want everybody to know, Jim, that when they start online with us next month, they finish the prerequisites, do the core courses, and then they can move in the September start. So essentially, I think an MBA would essentially be anywhere between 18 to 24 months when you go on campus directly, versus a hybrid model in which you utilize the time until September to do a semester, and that brings down the actual durational length of your degree by 6 months. Likewise for MS data analytics and AI, where it's at least 12 months on campus and with us, because you anyway are aiming for the September 25 intake. You finish a semester early, and then you go for about 8 or 9 months. And so you save a lot of time. You do the internship, get 3 year OPT, as Robert was mentioning. But the whole vision was that we envisaged, uh, Jim can of course add to it, but we envisaged how do we make it very democratized and equitable for an Indian working professional or a student to make it easy for them to spend little time or lesser time relatively uh, in the classroom, and then move out, do their internships, and do a considerable piece even while they're in India and working alongside their jobs. I defer to Jim to add more to this, but Jim, can you and Robert just add a line or two on the vision behind the partnership and why this has been a pioneering model for your side as well?
Yeah, well, I'll start and then I'll let Robert talk, but quick about the tuition, just because it's good to see that as far as semester tuition, annual tuition. So the artificial intelligence systems MS and the MS in data analytics, one semester of 9 credits is less than $7,000 US. 18 credits, a full annual tuition is $13,500. So you're doing your first 9 credits online, and then you're finishing with your last 21 credits here on campus at Turo. And that comes out to less than $23,000 for all 21 credits. So 13,500 credits as annual tuition is an incredibly good return on investment as far as what you're getting for CPT, OPT, and the fact that these are leading to jobs. All right, and then I'll let Robert address your second question.
Which was, Jim? What was Praneet's other question? Jim, you're muted.
To really talk about what it means in real terms that you're graduating with these degrees and starting your career in either data analytics or artificial intelligence systems or a business career because you've earned an MBA with the Graduate School of Business.
With all of these degrees, it is clear to us, based on the alumni that have graduated from both of the schools, that people are starting with a salary that is pretty close to $100,000 here in the United States, and move up very, very quickly, 2, 3, 4 years down the road when they show their proficiency. So that there's a tremendous opportunity. You make back the money very, very quickly, and you are able to establish yourself in the United States during these 3 years. Companies have then gone on to sponsor people. They understand when they are hiring an international student that this is not something that the student's going to be walking out the door in a year or two looking for something else. And that's one of the reasons why they're interested in international students, was they get much more productivity out of the international student. They also know that the international student is quite serious about the job, because they're coming here, they're changing their entire lives. And therefore, the companies look at these international students a bit differently, and in fact, are eager to hire many of them. The other thing that I think Praneet wanted us to talk about was the relationship between Upgrad and ourselves. We as a school go out, and obviously anybody who's on this call could go to the Turo website and could see the various programs that Turo offers. But we've established a special relationship with Upgrad, whereby, number one, the Upgrad students get a special scholarship as far as the tuition is concerned. Praneet talked about what it would cost students going through Upgrad. Secondly, the students themselves are taking uh, their initial program through Upgrad, so that, unlike a lot of other students who would be required possibly to take preliminary and preparatory courses with us, students that are finishing the Upgrad program are ready to immediately start the master's degree. And we've come up with the arrangement whereby they can continue living in India or wherever they're living and take the first 3 courses asynchronously. Now, when you come to the United States, this is not a Turo requirement. This is a United States government requirement that international students are required to be on campus for part of their learning. So we have a hybrid system where some of the courses are presented through Zoom, and some of the classes are presented through Zoom, and some of the classes are presented um, live on campus. The live on campus is very good because it gives the international students the ability to meet each other and to uh, uh, share experiences and get a feel for what it's like coming into Times Square and seeing what the city is all about. The school itself has a special, the Graduate School of Technology has a special orientation for international students because we want to have our students feel comfortable. Jim is very helpful with regard to housing, as far as our international students are concerned. So we bend over backwards because we recognize the value of our having international students in the sense that they are potential wonderful workers in the United States. And at the same time, we are extremely pleased with the relationship with Upgrad because we know that students that are coming to us from Upgrad, and I can tell you that we currently have students in our program who came to us through Upgrad, and they are doing exceptionally well. And part of it is because I'm sure that they received a very solid foundation through the coursework that they took through Upgrad. But they are also very serious about what they are learning and their objective to do so. And it's a pleasure having them in the school currently. And we look forward to many more coming into the school as well.
So we are more than honored for to the university for signing this partnership with us. I think it's a common endeavor between both of our entities that we want to recruit some of the um, most high achieving, high merit, high aspiration led students who want to go for a superior education in the US, technology or business. I think the ambition is, of course, mutual. I'd love for students to connect with the upgrad counselors once they get a phone call tomorrow morning or this week. Um, I'll make sure we give you more details. But I think studying in the US has never been more affordable. Studying in the US has never been more flexible. And studying in the US has never been more consistent, essentially because you start with the same school, you move to the same school on campus. I think you're taught by Toro's faculty, and these are the same faculty members you will then move to the US and meet with, and you will be taught with, and will be doing research with. So with all of that in mind, and with a strong visa rate in the US, I think Toro in the heart of New York City is an incredible choice. I would love to advise, guide, and kind of uh, make it a point for all students to be uh, more informed on the Toro partnership. We have brochures and we have um, proper counseling spaces that we're right now delivering for free, and we'd love for you guys to join them. You'll each get a call super soon. But on behalf of Upgrad, love to thank Jim, Robert, and Miss Wilson, uh, for the time you've given us and for introducing the university, introducing New York City, and uh, you know, demonstrating the landscape that the US and New York City have to ensuring strong outcomes for these students.
All right. Thank you, Praneet. Thank you, Shreya. Yeah, I'll just say that Turo from the top, from the leadership, lots of decisions have been made in the past 10 years that really has put Turo right at the top as far as quality universities in the US. And we've driven up our rankings in the most important ranking system in the USA, which is US News and World Reports. And we're now ranked as number 171 among national universities in the USA.
Incredible. I think one is that, of course, 171 on the US NWR national rankings, but also the top 5 best value schools in New York City. I think Tours just got the most incredible rankings. Like I said, we'll give you all a detailed counseling round once you sign up with us. Um, know more about what we have to offer through Toro and with them. And I think it'll be incredible for us to learn more about you and what each one of you wants to do, intends to do. And Toro does not just have MBA, DAI, they've got so many more courses. And if you think you're a better fit for those, we would redirect you to some of those courses at Toro University. But like I said, I think I'm very thankful to all of you for having joined us. Visit the upgradabroad.com website and make sure that you sign up for your interest. And we will, of course, give you a call super soon in the next 24 hours and set up a counseling. Is there any question that any attendee has for us?
Praneet, before you sign off, there is one thing that I do want to mention to everybody, and that is that this arrangement that has been made has been done in a way whereby when you finish your education through the upgrad program, you immediately apply to Turo, and you're accepted into the Turo program, and you are taking asynchronously 3 Turo courses so that your I-20 will be sent to you, and you will have the time to be able to get your visa, go for your visa appointment, and we would be Upgrad and Turo are ready to help people to prepare for their visa interviews. And the fact that you are already a Turo student when you walk into that visa office is going to be extremely helpful to you to get that visa. So this program that has been arranged through Upgrad is a tremendous ticket for you to be able to come to the United States. If that's what your dream and your desire is, we will welcome you, but we are doing everything that we can through this arrangement so that you will be successful in not only the program, but in getting that visa and coming to the United States. I think that's extremely important for everybody to know.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Robert. I think students, for the most part, would like a future that's foreseeable. So I think having worked for Toro for 3 years now, the visa rates are strong. They have STEM degree courses. Their MBA, DAI are STEM designated. So you get a 3 years OPT. All of them are internship enabled, so you have a good chance of getting a CPT. So almost every box is checked. So I'd love for all of the attendees on the call to know more, to sign up for knowing more, and I think you'd all be more impressed with the details and with the hybrid structure of the course, and that gives you a lot of flexibility. Like Robert was mentioning, I think the embassy puts you in a better light when they know there's academic readiness, when they know there's a demonstrable record of academic excellence before you move on campus. So there's higher chances that you will stay back. There's higher chances that you will uh, not change schools. There's higher chances that you will succeed better and higher completion rates for students like yourselves. So with that said, thank you very much for joining us on your Thursday evening. We wish you an incredible Friday and a weekend ahead. And thank you, Doros team, for joining us.
Thank you.
Mhm.